All right, so for today we're going to be revisiting Mono Red Prowess, more specifically Obosh Prowess. This is a deck that has been doing extremely well in the meta, and I did not do well with it the first time that I played with it, and I think I need to give it another shot because obviously I did something wrong. We've got for creatures 10 1-drops at Monastery Swift Spear Soulscar Mage. Both of these have prowess, which will grow as we cast spells. Then we also have Bowmat Courier to help refill our hand as we empty our hand. For our 1-mana spells, we've got some Fire Bolts, which can be flashed back from the graveyard. For 5 to deal 2. You've got some Flame Slashes as a way to deal 4 to a creature in case we need to remove pesky creatures out of the way, such as Uro and Omnath. We've got Lava Darts as a great way to deal 1 damage, triggering our prowess, and then being able to flash it back because we've got plenty of mountains to sacrifice. So we can get 2 prowess triggers off of 1 card. Seems pretty good. And then Lightning Bolt, because who doesn't love Lightning Bolt in your red deck? In our 3-drop slot, because we're running Obosh, we don't really have a 2-drop slot. But technically in our 2-drop slot, we have Stomps from Bone Crusher Giant to deal 2 damage. And then you also have Bone Crusher Giant at a 3-drop as a 4/3. Not terrible. For them to remove it, they have to take 2, so we'll take that. And then we have Seasoned Pyromancer to help us refill our hand or get rid of cards that are dead in the matchup. So, seems pretty good. And then for our non-creature 3-drops, we have Blood Moon, because who doesn't love a good Blood Moon? And then Light Up the Stage as a way to, again, get more cards. As you can see, we're heavily focused on emptying our hand and refilling it, which is exactly what you want to be doing in this style of deck. In the sideboard, what we've got going on, besides the Obosh, since everything has to be odd, we've got 2 Kozilek's Returns, and of course, that's exactly what I wanted. How'd you know, Magic? Which is a Devoid spell, so that way when they have creatures that have protection from red, we can get rid of it. And we get to deal 2 damage to each creature, which does hurt us a bit because it can kill our Seasoned Pyromancer and our Bowmat Couriers. However, it won't kill the Swift Spear, the Soulscar Mage, or the Bone Crusher because they'll have prowess before the spell resolves, so it'll have 3 toughness on it. Then we have Shattering Spree to deal with artifacts. And because it has the Replicate, if they have the Chalice on 1, it doesn't matter because most of the time if they have the Chalice on 1 and you're trying to get rid of it, you do Shattering Spree plus 1 Replication. The Replication will resolve, even though the Shattering Spree itself will not. And then you get to get rid of the Chalice on 1. On the artifact side of things, we're running 4 Pithing Needle to name anything that we need to be able to deal with. And then 4 Relic, because graveyard decks are still a thing. And they will probably continue to be a thing for quite some time in Modern. That is the quick rundown of this list. And I will see you guys in the league, and we'll see how we can do with it. Let's go. All right, we won the die roll. We will gladly take the play here. Reveal ourselves an Obosh. And ship this hand away. No creature, mulligan again. Opponent began with 7 in hand, which is not good for us. We will keep this bottom both Bone Crushers. Say done. Lead off with this Bowmat Courier combat hit for 1 and get a card underneath Bowmat. Hope we can hit some lands here. Okay. Forest Hex Drinker. That's pretty good for us. Land off the top here is what we want. There we go. Because now we get to go Swift Spear, Lava Dart, their Hex Drinker, Prowess Trigger, always yield. And we will leave that in the yard and get in for 3. Bowmat will exile a card face down. And next turn, hopefully, we'll be able to land Lightning Bolt and pop Bowmat. Experiment 1 is played. And another Hex Drinker, which will evolve the Experiment 1. Yeah. We draw land. There we go. This. They can't. They can level it up 3 times, which I'm not a fan of here. But we still get rid of the Experiment 1. Because we can Lava Dart. Let the Bomat exile. Do this. Cast there. Sacrifice this mountain. Yes, we lose out on mana, but they can't block. And we get in for some points. And we can pass the turn here, and on their instep, pop Bomat Courier. Draw ourselves 3. Avatar of the Resolute. Yeah, that's a card. Target creature you control gets in fights. I mean, I was already planning on doing this, opponent. Okay. This we draw a land. That's pretty good. Firebolt, deal 2. And in combat, get in for 2, and then we have light up the stage here. Yes, I know. A bit sad of this part. Then we hit a Soul Scar Mage and a land. Apparently we've already played a land. I don't remember playing a land, but it's fine. We have next turn. Opponent's down to 9. They've got 3 cards in hand. Opponent does not see a way out of this and concedes. So we would draw for the turn Bone Crusher. We'd go land. And if they played a creature, probably stomp it. If the stomp would kill it. Okay. So some form of evolve deck. I don't really know what all that they've got. Kozilek's Return doesn't seem awful. Other than that, they did seem to be basically mono green. They played the Pleatland, but I don't think that's worth any relevance. So we'll shave 2 Blood Moon. And we'll run it. Alright. Declare Obosh. Snap this hand off. We've got darts, we've got bolts, we've got mages galore. Opponent goes forest, nothing. Okay. Makes me wonder what opponent kept. But we'll find out. No turn 1 hasty play. Okay. We'll start off with just this. And then we have light up the stage. Just that way next turn, even if this light up the stage hits nothing good, we've still got a decent amount. Shield there. Blood Moon Bolt. All right, cool. I'm not too concerned about the Blood Moon. Opponent plays a Troll. Troll can gain hexproof until the end of turn. Okay. Draw here. We'll go ahead and attempt a firebolt because it's sorcery speed. See if opponent wants to try to save there. They do. We'll bolt it. It dies. Our spell doesn't resolve, which is sadness. So these are 3. We can lava dart and flashback lava dart. Go ahead and do that, and then we've hitten them for a good chunk. 10 damage. Opponent goes down to 7, and we pass the turn. Let's see what trouble we can find ourselves in now. A Undying Stranglegeist? Fine by me. Avatar of the Resolute. Yeah. We'll play this. We'll bolt the Avatar. And get in for some damage here. Opponent blocks 1, takes 2. They're at 5. We can't put Obosh into hand yet. They play out a Hex Drinker. They can level Hex Drinker up plenty of times to give it protection from... Is it instants? Okay, meaning we can still hit it for a good amount. This, we draw a Bomat. We don't have the flashback there. Minimalistically, Bomat's a redraw. So if we swing out, they block. We could crack Bomat. I think it's just swing Bomat here. Just take the redraw. Yep. All right, another Soulscar Mage. A 4 of a kind. And spell off the top is lethal at this point. They draw a card. They play a troll. Spell off the top is still lethal. They only have 3 blockers. Swift Spear. All right, we're still just pushing our limits here. Another Hex Drinker. And a Geist. Spell is no longer lethal off the top. They level up once. Well, I mean, I say that. Lava Dart here is more than enough. That'll do. Prowess, baby. Hit 2 on everything. An opponent concedes. There we go. And that'll be match 1. Done against Mono Green. Cool. All their stuff has damage marked on it. They can only block 3. Which is interesting. So they could have lived. Could have been able to block, block, block. No. And then they take 4. They'd go to 1. And we draw Seasoned Pyromancer, which would draw us 2 more. So we weren't winning. But I don't necessarily think they were going to win either. All right, onwards to match number 2. Go ahead and reveal this Obosh. And it's got a creature. We've got a turn 2 or removal. This looks fine. I especially like a Blood Moon in case this is Tron, since they mulligan to 6, but we can't really let that be a key decider there. Okay, that makes me think oops, which puts us in a pretty bad spot. Hopefully this Blood Moon will be able to come down on turn 3 and stop them from being able to produce black mana. We're hoping no Pintad Prism right here, right now. And double black's a pretty good sign. Alright. The Talisman is not. Swift Spear. I mean, the problem is they can just have it next turn. If we leave back blockers, how dead are we? If we leave back 3 blockers, we're not super dead. Hold back a turn here. They bolt in and go for the spy. Yep. They flip over their entire deck. We get to look at the cards. There are 4 Creeping Chills and 3 Vengevines. Next is the Fate gets removed. 1 Narcomoeba. Okay. So the problem is they'll be at 25. We're at 8. We can block 3 of it. And do they have the Phantasmagorian? Yeah. So they'll be able to Phantasmagorian, discard 3 cards in return. So they will get there this game. I'm assuming, right? There is a... Oh, no, they won't get there. Oh, there's a Salvage Titan. I don't know why they just discarded 3. So they do this. I guess they still have 1 other turn. Yeah, you get your Vengevines. I can block. I am at 8. So I can block 3. That doesn't matter. Because then we go to 4. I don't have a way to deal with 4 Vengevines. Because they still get their draw. We don't have a way to make them draw a card. So they'll get game 1 here. Even if we triple block. If we block, we take 4. We draw, light up the stage. We can take out 2 of them. And then we take lethal. Alright. So Relic of Progenitus. And Blood Moon seems fine. Pyromancer seems slow. So does Bone Crusher. I don't know if there's anything else that we really want. Shattering Sprees can help, but not a whole lot. Cosmic Return doesn't kill their stuff. So I think it's just Pyromancer's out, Relic's in. And now we know we need to mulligan to a Relic. Do this. Obosh reveal. Can't keep a no-lander no matter what. And this is a definite keep. Bottoming Lutz? Yeah, bottoming Lutz. So that Soulscar Mage passed the turn. Don't have the turn 1 opponent. I mean, if they have the turn 1, they have the turn 1, right? You can't stop that. Bomat Couriers, huh? We take him down to 17 and pass the turn. Now we have to always leave up 1 mana. Opponent has the Talisman, and let me guess, they have the Nature's Claim? Flame Slash. Unfortunate. Go ahead and hit them for 3. And combat swing. Take him down to 8. Pass the turn. Opponent apparently doesn't have the Nature's Claim. They go down to 5 here. 2, 3, 4. What are you? Charbelcher? Okay. You don't have the mana to activate Charbelcher. You're at 5. Just need to be able to kill you. Light up the stage is only 1. So we do this. And combat swing with all. Bomat. And do this, discard, try to find ourselves a spell. Of course. What's under that Bomat? Lands. We died the Charbelcher. Blood Moon. Woot woot. Wouldn't have been able to stop it anyway. Wow. Wow. We were not going to get there against that Oops deck. All right. 1-1. See you for match 3. We won the die. What? Well, we know what this opponent's on. So we know to just keep super fast aggro hands. Put those 2 on bottom. Lead off with this Bomat combat. Get in. I'm facing the Oops player twice in a row. That's a bit unfortunate. Yep. And do that exile stuff and cast this light up the stage. Yes, I know we lose out on the prowess trigger, but then okay. I'm okay with seeing those cards. This, they shock in and play out the Pintad. Oh, just a Talisman. Alright, land bolt 'em. Prowess and get in for 3. Take them down to 8. Pass the turn, see if we're dead. Ender City, sure. Exiles SSG. Neat. Making sure you've got 4 Creeping Chills, 4 Vengevines, so we're dead. Right. They've also got a Salvage Titan somewhere in there. No Titan, actually. But that means that they have the Titan in hand. So they don't need to do the sack to return to hand. Yeah. So the Creeping Chills come off. We take 12. Archimedes enters the battlefield, giving them Sword of the Meek, Sword of the Meek, and Talisman to sack, which would allow them to play out their second card. Yep. All right. Relics come in. Sprees come in. Again, Pyromancers are slow. Flame Slashes can come out. They're not playing any creatures until it's too late. Moon's not bad on the play. Yes, Shave Bone Crushers. Yes, real. All right, we've got a Shattering Spree. Yeah. Sure, this is keepable. Use Soulscar Mage, pass. All right, they go with the tapped land and pass the turn. We hit a castle, which is an awful. This Soulscar Mage will go ahead and Firebolt. No, we lose out on one prowess here, but whatever. All right, they shock that in. And exile. Exile? You're kidding me. I mean, they just... This is a quick league. 1, 2, 3 Vengevines plus that. A Salvage Titan, 3 Sword of the Meeks. Making sure they still know what they're doing, even though they knew what they were doing last time. Yep, Narcomoeba, Sword of the Meek triggers. Alright, now I just need to get... Oh, interesting. They don't have another card. But they have the Phantasmagorian, so they can still pitch Vengevine and... Okay, they're not. But they could have. Oh, they have Memory's Journey this time. Interesting. Different win condition. So we can block one of them, and then we die. Neat. They turned them all sideways. All right. Well, that was a quick match 3 and match 2. Losing to the same guy twice in a row in 2 minutes and 4 minutes and 2 minutes and 3 minutes. Feels good. All right. Let's continue and see how we can do in match 4. All right. Looks like we are back. And we can keep this hand if Moto would allow us. Did Moto freeze on us? There we go. No, it was just having a hissy fit. There we go. And let's continue. How weird that the internet went out there. Do this, do that. Let's go. Opponent's down to 19. Luckily, not much disappeared. And that's a shock in. I dislike from the aspect of could mean bolts. Try to see if this prowess trigger resolves. It does. Cool. Okay, so we're facing Electro End. This will be interesting. Opponent's down to 9. Do they have the turn 2 Electro Dominance Living End? Step upkeep, we draw a Swift Spear. Okay, not great for us. Mainly from the aspect of we need a way to kill them. They go down to 8. Get themselves a basic island here so that they can cast this As Foretold into this Living End. Going for a petty theft. We don't have anything else to do with the mana. So they cycle. They're looking for an answer. Any bolt effect off the top here is good enough. A Street Wraith there is not good for them. All right, opponent's going real low. Opponent concedes. Opponent's assuming that we can be able to play our spells. We couldn't. We would have drawn a bolt. Okay, cool. Relics come in here. As Foretold's not an activated ability. I don't feel like naming cards for cycling is worth it. I think it's just bring in the relics, take out stuff. Flame Slashes, for example. Trim on our Pyromancers. Because this is definitely blue-red Electro End. Go ahead and reveal this Obosh. We've got Uncastables, Mulligan. Nice and simple. Would you look at that? No lands. Can't keep a no-lander. Can't keep the colorless lander, can't keep the no-lander. Alright, we'll keep 5 of these. We'll bottom a Blood Moon and I guess a Soulscar Mage. Because Blood Moon doesn't seem terrible against them. A basic island, however, makes this Blood Moon that we kept really bad. On the right side, we'll be able to cast it next turn. We get in for 1. Opponent cycles the worm. And cycles another worm. There's their land drop. So if we hit relic off the top here, we go relic. We didn't hit relic, so we go bolt, bolt, bolt. Opponent had to stop there. That makes me think opponent might have the bolt for this Swift Spear. Doesn't, but does has the cycle. So we might be in trouble next turn. Then has the Force of Negation to pitch as Curator. Okay. Does that to save a couple on their face. And then they have 3 in hand. We're hoping it's not As Foretold Living End. Still on the hoping it's not As Foretold Living End. Well, it's either Electro Dominance Living End or they lose their yard. Okay. And go ahead and get in for 2 here. Could make them exile a card. There goes their force. And they want to draw. Sure. Keep we draw mountain. Go ahead and make them exile. Play a land, begin combat, get in for 1. We'll put Obosh to hand. Pass the turn. Okay. They go island pass. I mean, this Obosh doesn't come down until we have 6 mana. Bone Crusher Giant. I like just dropping down Bone Crusher here. Go ahead and make them have to start picking things from their yard to get rid of. And swing a ding ding for 1. Red, red, 2. Electro dominance for 0. I mean, I still don't want... See, I don't like that they're holding up mana. So this is cast, right? So they can cast a spell on 0. They can cast a Living End here. And then in response to the Living End cast, we can do this. See if they have 2 more serpents. If not, they just get rid of these. All right. They had 1. Play a land. Pass the turn. We have Obosh available now. And so playing the Bone Crusher there was not so smart. We could have just got in for 1 and then held. The thing is, they don't have much now. They've got a 4/4 flyer. And drop down this Obosh. You've got 2 cards in hand. Now everything I play is double the damage. Double blue. Chalice on 1. Did I bring in Shattering Spree? I did not. So we're in a bit of trouble. They swing. I disagree with this because Obosh now hits them for 6, putting them down to 3. Upkeep, we draw a Bone Crusher, which is perfect. Hurrah. Opponent takes 6, goes down to 3. Stomp. Bone Crusher. Yes, I know I could have activated Castle and gotten the 1 additional point through and killed them there. I realized that after I connected with the Obosh. Opponent's at 1. Cool. All right. I guess we did get game 1, didn't we? This has been a quick league. And let's see how we can end this. A bit unfortunate that our double loss was double in a row to the same opponent playing Oops. But our other wins have felt pretty solid. And we won the die roll. Let's go. This Obosh, yes. Nope. Sure, we can keep this. I don't know what we want, what Blast Zone on 1 does. And so it's probably Mountain Bowmat and Castle. This is actually probably put back Blast Zone, now that I'm looking at it. I hit the wrong button. Meh. You ever mean to keep 6 and then accidentally just mulligan to 5? Yeah. Again, Moto versus paper. Temple Garden tapped. Okay, opponent. We'll just connect with the bow mat. We don't need to play the bolt down this early. We'll go ahead and spectacle, and we hit light up the stage Blood Moon. And then Firebolt, Firebolt. Okay. So we weren't hitting a third land for a while. Radiant Fountain explores. So this is Titan, meaning Blood Moons are fantastic against them. The Field of the Dead comes down. Been on the unfortunate side. We don't draw our land. Okay. I suppose we should have double firebolted there since we didn't draw the land. That's me just misplaying. Opponent should be at 15. I guess you could technically say we're playing around them having removal, and then we can bolt plus pop our Bowmat Courier. However, that was not our intention. Maybe now it looks like we're holding up double bolt in case they have the Dryad. There's the castle into whenever opponent casts an instant or sorcery, make a spider. You. That'll work. Blood Moon, opponent can't cast green spells anymore. Yes, they've got a 3/5. But that's fine by us. We're not going to swing with this Bowmat. This Bowmat is currently a draw 3. Why on earth are we running that card main board? Okay, we draw a Soulscar Mage. Sort of throwing into the Pyromancer. So we need a Flame Slash plus another spell. We could just pop this Bowmat and then put Obosh into hand. Okay, with this, draw 4, put Obosh into hand. Seems fine by me. See if opponent wants to block. This is just coming down to do they let us hit them for 1 damage? Okay. So that'll happen. Obosh goes to hand. And now we have Obosh plus Bolt. Obosh. Bolt your thingy. They get a 1/2. Swing like so. Opponent blocks the token and takes 4, or takes, yeah. Takes the 8. That's incorrect. And Blood Moon doing Blood Moon things. It doesn't matter because of Blood Moon. But still we go Soul Scar, combat, swing. Kozilek kind of deals with their spiders. Not opposed to that. Bring in a bit of spider hate. Take out like 1 Bone Crusher, 1 Pyromancer. And we're looking for Blood Moon. Do that. Lots to light up the stage, but no way to do anything with it. So this will be a mulligan to 6. Down to 6 we go. This is keepable. We'll bottom Dart. Dart's the weakest card in a void, especially when we don't have a prowess creature. Because now we can deal with their thing, deal with their thing, play down the Blood Moon, then they go Dryad and afterwards, and then we can just Flame Slash the Dryad. Basic planes for opponent. Passes the turn. We will go Mountain Pass. So worst case for us. Ooh, Sanctuary, they bring back that and then they pass the turn. Okay, land pass. So if they Dryad, we have Bolt plus Dart. So they need double Dryad. Okay, there's a Dryad. Cavern names something. And their instep will Bolt and Dart. And Blood Moon. Show me your basic forest, opponent. What? All right. That Obosh to hand, pass the turn. they probably have the path here, which is unfortunate. But hey, if they're pathing our Obosh, that's fine. Swift Spear. Fire Bolt. Yield to the Prowess. When it goes to 16, Stomp. And Lava Dart, sacrificing Mountain. Combat, hit opponent for lethal. Blood Moon. It's a pretty good card. All right. So that was Mono Red Prowess. The wins that we had were very solid. The losses that we had were soundly losses. Like, this configuration doesn't hold up too well to the Oops deck. It's unfortunate that we faced it twice in a row, and that's how we got our 2 losses. But as you saw, it's got power. I definitely underestimated it our first time through. It plays well, extremely powerful. This is a very finely tuned list by Mr. Hiyashi. I definitely recommend Mono Red Prowess. Very strong and very well positioned right now. See you guys next video.